Well, it's been about 4 days, excuse me, since I made a video. So I thought I'd just make a quick one here. There's old Charlie. Say hi, Charlie. Say hi, Charlie. I'm ready for my close-up. Ain't that right, Charlie? Yeah, that's right. There he goes. Big old Charlie. It's the rest of the girls hanging out. You know, they got a little feed left, and I didn't even feed them. They had feed probably about half full in those two feeders. Day before yesterday was half full, and I hadn't touched them, and they're just not interested in the feed. Excuse me. And that's a good thing, because that means they're out eating grass, and they're eating the new growth here in the early fall, because you get new growth different times of the year. Believe it or not, even in the wintertime, there's still green grass out there. You don't see it. And even if it's not green, it doesn't mean that there's not nutrients in it. That just means that it's not growing. It's not photosynthesizing. And yes, you want photosynthesizing in your animal feed on a regular basis. Absolutely. And we'll be doing a video about that, maybe today or tomorrow. But yeah, it's about ready to start foddering. I'll be growing some wheatgrass and barley grass for these guys to keep the beta carotene going strong, and to keep the photosynthesis, to keep the enzymes and all the good stuff the chicks need to keep them healthy. And in return, we get healthier food, eggs and whatnot. I mentioned the other day how eggs have so much more beta carotene if you grow them out on pasture, with the chicks out on pasture eating grass and all. And that's true. But there's also other things that they have. I said macronutrients. I guess what I should have said was, most people don't know this, but if you get real pastured chicken eggs, they're 300% more omega-3s. And not just 300% more omega-3s, they're balanced out with the omega-6s to give you a healthy not just a healthy heart, but healthy veins, arteries, and all that. That's really what that does. Is it keeps your arteries nice and healthy and clean. That's why you need a good balanced omega-3 6. Plus, believe it or not, they're a third less cholesterol, 1/3 less cholesterol. So you have a third less cholesterol, which clogs your arteries, and 300% more better, if that's the right term. And it's not, but I like it. 300% more better omega-3s and 6 count to keep your arteries healthy. So all this talk about eggs being bad for you, and you know the reason they say the eggs are bad for you nowadays is because the chain is broken. Remember the last time we talked about the chain being broken? Well, the chain is broken. When your chickens are caged or kept in a barn and not let outside, and if they do go outside, they don't get grass. They don't get they don't get to do what chickens do. You've broken the chain, and you lose nutrients, you lose value, and then you eventually lose health because of it. So they tell you don't eat eggs. Well, I tell you differently. Eggs are good for you if you get healthy eggs from healthy chickens that are doing what chickens do, because we've been eating them for thousands of years and they haven't hurt us. Anyway, there you go. You want eggs that have a third less cholesterol, 300% more beta carotene, 300% more omega-3, and I mentioned macronutrients. There's a lot of things that you don't, and I haven't had them tested yet. I need to do that, but I'll be doing that hopefully in the early spring. I should do it in the wintertime when I'm foddering, and then do it in the spring. Maybe I'll do that. But yeah, there's a lot of other nutrients that they get pecking around in the dirt, from the grass, from the leaves, from the bugs. You know, a lot of trace minerals and nutrients, macronutrients that you get from these that you're not going to get in eggs in a confined space. And they'll tell you, well, we put everything in the feed that they need to produce good eggs. And it's true, they do. But it's missing a lot of things that they can't get in there. Or it's not cost effective for them to get in there. So check out your local farmer's market and talk to your farmer. Get to know them. Maybe even come out and take a look at their operation if you can. But if you get to know your food source, then you'll be comfortable with what you're putting in your body. So, yeah, check it out. Might be worth your while. Besides, brings you a little closer to nature. Might even put a smile on your face. Okay, I said a short video. We're already 6 minutes in. Let's go look at the chicks real fast. It's been a little changes. Not much, but you'll see. So take a look. Da-da-da. Here they are. Look at them. Get on up there. There you go. When I first came out here this morning, there was all out here just wandering around. And folks, it's chilly this morning. It's in the 40s. Another one. It's in the 40s this morning, but it's not in here. It's a little warmer, you know. It's probably 60s in here. Maybe even 70, I don't know. But as you can see, I left that brooder cracked open like that all night, just to kind of evenly dispense heat. I don't want too much heat in one spot now, because the chicks are a little, oh, how old are they now? They were born on the 24th, I believe. So they're 2 weeks old. They are 2 weeks old now, and there's 245 of them in here because we lost about 5. Not necessarily due to the hatchery's fault, just it happens sometimes. You lose a few. We have one that was blind. Look at these spotted chicks. Aren't they cool? And then the brown ones. Like I said, those are the spotted ones. I think might be Morans. The brown ones over there, maybe the Aracanas are back. I don't know which is which, to be honest with you. Pretty sure that right there are golden layers. The little golden one there. Obviously, the big white ones are the dreaded Cornish cross. Yep, the meat bird. Good God, look at that beast over there. You know, look at how fast they grow. It's scary they grow so fast, and it really is. But people like the flavor of these birds because they're used to it. So I'm going to grow them right now. And hopefully over the years, maybe who knows, sooner than later, we won't have to grow them. And we'll just grow regular birds, regular growing type birds, you know, meat birds. Like that black dude right there. I think that's the black broilers. And another one right there. And some more over there. Yeah, they're the black broilers. And you can see they're a little bigger too. But they don't grow as fast. And they don't have, look at the problems with the feathering out and the weak joints in the legs and the heart problems that some of these other birds can have. However, at 10 weeks they'll be ready. Confinement places can do it between 6 and 8 weeks, but I'm not going to do that. And I'll show you. Let me show you right here. Look at there, it's empty. And the little feeder over there is empty. And that feeder right there is empty. And I filled all of those. Look at this little guy. That's a broiler too, but he's a little one. Still bigger than the others, but he's littler than most of them. But, you know, Even though they grow as fast as they do. You see them, the guy hop right up there and do his thing. He's doing all right. Okay, and there's another feeder over there that's empty. Now I'm going to fill these up again because they got to have their food, but they're not going to have food 24/7. They'll come off a few hours a day, usually at night when they run out. Give their intestinal tracts and their bodies and their heart and their lungs and everything a chance to catch up with how fast they grow, and maybe they won't have any of the problems they typically have if they're not growing quite as fast. And so that's kind of what I'm doing here. We'll see how it works out. I've heard people had success doing that, but it does take longer to produce them, except for that guy. Good God. He must be a little piggy. Look at him. He's a chunker. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes. I hope it works. I hope they get to live their life out as happy as they can, and they'll be getting grass in a week. Next week they'll get grass. They're not coming off the feed. They'll be on the feed, but they're going to get grass. And maybe they get to go outside if it stays decent. Anyways, there you go, folks. There's the chicks in the brooder. Let's go look in the brooder house real quick. We got some of them in here wanting to stay warm. Let's see what we can find. Yeah. We got some right up under the lights. That means they're wanting to warm up. But they got a place to warm up. And tonight was about as cool as it's been around here. Down in the low 40s. So last night when it was dark, it was probably a little cool in the 40s in here. And with that one light, I imagine in that area it stayed close to the 70s, 60s in some areas. But it's plenty warm in here now. Well, I guess I'll have to hang another light in here just to kind of keep a space for them that's nice and warm. Or a little warmer than it can get if it gets down, into the 30s, and that wouldn't be good. They're starting to feather out. Well, I'm not going to bore you with the tasks and the chores of the morning, so I'm going to go do that, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, say so. Put in a comment or just hit the like button. Anyways, Hokey Farmer. Talk to you later. Bye.